Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and welcome back to the Tears of the Kingdom. I am exactly where we left off, though I have eaten a cooked fish to restore my health. We are in the caverns, deep below Hyrule, in the dark, except for my new glowing outfit, where previously I was mining this new zonite material. And we're going to continue exploring these caves, even though I should probably resurface and actually help Robbie and Josha. Like, you know, that was my whole reason for coming down here. But I got distracted by all of the zonite and zonite architecture that has fallen apart. Ooh, there's a little bit of mist sitting right there. But that's surely nothing. What is this pillar? Oh, it's led up to something. I really could light up the area more with some bright bloom. Let's see. I also learnt the control for throwing a material directly. I just have to find where my bright bloom seeds are. And there they were. Yeah. Now we have some light. And ooh. I see. What's up with this structure here? If I climb up here, is this just where I was before? Yeah, this would be the one chest I opened, or where the chest was. It must have despawned after I opened it. But it had the glowing armor. Since my spear was nearly broken, I'll take this rock hammer. Well, if there's no more to this particular structure, unless I can see any more points of interest in the distance, I'm probably gonna head back up. Because as much as I would love to fully explore what's down here, it feels like I'm not fully prepared to be spelunking on this scale. This is a new Rito. He's got like a pelican beak. Well, look at this. You're the one I saw flying around the sky. It's great to meet the first one to ever be launched from a Skyview tower. A real historic moment. Hey, what's your name? Link? Link, you say? Hold on there. Really? Your name is Link? Hey, buddy. You've got the same name as that famous swordsman. Ha, good for you. Pretty big name to live up to, though. I'm Pen, by the way. I work for the Lucky Clover Gazette. That's the newspaper that exists now. I'm writing an article about this event so folks everywhere will know about the Skyview Towers being activated. I think everyone knew when they shot giant flares into the sky when they were first activated. I'd better get to work. Our newspaper is short on staff, so I've had to flap all over the place to cover the news. Hey, we could use another reporter. You should join us. Seem like a brave type and all. That's what it takes. Our newspaper is based in Hebra to the northwest. You'll find it near the bridge that leads to Rito Village. Stop by if you're up for the adventure of a lifetime in the newspaper biz. Until then, so long. That is a great pun. But, lovely. The game really seems to be hinting me to go towards Hebra first. But I'm gonna finish this side quest first. Hey, you! Show Josha the picture you took of the statue. The figure matches up pretty well, and it looks darn cool too. Yep, we found a statue in the underground caverns to match the stone slate that Josha was researching. This is it! This does match what's on the fragment. Thank you, swordsman. Just like on the slate, this figure must be showing people of some sort, whoever they were, which confirms my theory that people lived in the depths. I'm sure we'll find more traces of them if we keep searching. This is a big, big, big discovery. Now what's next? The possibilities. There's so much more to research. Oh, but before I focus on that, there's something I want to give you as thanks for helping me with this stage of my investigation. Our earlier surveys of the depths found all of this. What do you think it's for? Ah, some zonite. Lovely. I feel as if these contain some kind of strange power, like maybe it's energy for something? Oh, it is. Have you not met the robots that live in the sky? You know, stupid question, you probably haven't met the constructs. Anyway, they might help you in your search for Princess Zelda, so hopefully you find them useful. That fragment has helped us see the depths in a new way. Now we're closer to understanding one of its mysteries. I'm going to sift through everything that our surveys have brought back from down there. Maybe there are even more fragments that I can piece together. Goggles, as she nicknames Robbie, swordsman, thank you so much for going to investigate the depths for me. You're welcome, Josha. Now, so many things I could be doing. I could be going to help the Rito with their plight. I could go help whatever's going on in Lanayru. I could help the Gerudo. And I think the Gorons on Death Mountain are also having problems. Those are the 4 main quest points we've been told about. This dude still won't let me register a horse. And is also telling me to go check out Hebra. But first, I really want to go activate the tower that I climbed by hand. Since, you know, it's now actually active. I sure do hope there aren't 900 of them for a useless item again. A Hylian pine cone. That's new. That's new! Oh, rock pebblets aren't new. Sentient trees are very new. I'm not really sure what to do about them. Wait, there's multiple. I'm going to use my new boomerang sword. Well, I did some damage. Oh, they attack by slamming their trunks into the ground. So weird. Uh-oh. I was apparently not in range. Ow. Apparently I went to the Prometheus school of running away from things. Which is to say, running directly away from things that you should run horizontally away from. Okay, now. That tree really did just fall into a log, so, I don't know what these enemies technically are. They might truly just be trees. Weirdly sentient trees. Because it didn't drop, like, a specific named item to say what the name of the enemy is. It's just a tree. Surprise! Oh, And hit the recall, because I don't want to deal with that. Oh, hello, heavily armored guy. And... hey, I've reached the tower. Open the doors, examine the thing, skip the cutscene, and examine this. Attach the wire to the slate so it can, or the pad so it can transfer some data. And here's what you missed me do when I first got to the little Hyrule town. Or the little town they made out of the sacred grounds. Link gets launched into the air by the tower with an extension cord plugged into the pad. And he physically scans the area. Sheikah Slate was able to do this wirelessly. I don't know why it's a wired setup now. I guess Purah isn't quite as advanced as the ancient Sheikah. But the surface map has been updated, and the sky map has been updated. The underground map only gets updated by lighting it up. So, now I'm up here. There are places I could reach, but I did say I was going to go to a shrine I saw vaguely in this direction. So if I notice it glowing... ah, it was all the way over there. We'll start gliding in that direction. Lovely. We've done it. We've successfully bypassed a fight. Because I just didn't want to do it a second time. Huh. It's weird. I think that shrine is where the central tower was previously. Yeah. That's interesting. And nice, graceful landing. The Susayai Shrine. Let's see what puzzles await us in this one. Boss bokoblins do things. A spinning device. Oh. Oh, I see. It's Frogger, sort of. If I just Ultra Hand something while it's mid-movement, yeah. I'll be taking that chest, thank you. And open. 5 arrows. Okie dokie. I'm just gonna get on this one, and nope, never mind. We're just gonna dodge traffic. And now, it gives us the materials to make one of our own. To get over this, steadily rotating platform. But why would I do that? I am clearly making very slight progress whenever I sprint up it. So eventually, I will reach the crest of this and be able to glide over. I think. No? It won't let me glide? Why do I think this will take me less time than just building a car? Ah, well. I guess it's worked in the end. Look, building a car would require me to actually think. Oh, I get it. This is a recall puzzle. Because as it rotates the other way, it will open again. And... getting across that... I only have a couple of wheels to my name. Hang on. Well, that's not the right ability. Ultra Hand. Yes, hopefully there's not a reason I would have needed my car. I don't think there is. But... if I rotate this way, and then attach it like so, that should propel this when I hit it. Yep. Lovely. And now, shrine done. Who even needs a car? What is this? Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts? Nah. They've done it. And with 4 light blessings now, I can upgrade stamina or hearts as usual. But I think I'll hold off on that until I've done a bit more exploring. Because what's the worst that could be in the Colosseum? It used to be a Lionel. We'll see if that's changed over the past however long the time skip between games is. I think it's been at least a couple of years, but I don't know how many. It's probably only 2 or... Oh! Oh no! That is not a Lionel. That is Gleeok. A type of Gleeok, apparently. Oh no. I knew there was the fire one on the Bridge of Hylia from the trailers, but that... it's flying. You know what? I think I'll come back later. As much as I love trying to fight enemies that I don't necessarily have the strength for, yeah, Gleeok might be a bit too far out of my league. If it was a Lionel, I would at least have flurry rushes on my side. Gleeok, I don't know how to fight yet, and it is a giant dragon, so, yeah, I'm not doing that. Hello, Korok. Hello, my Gerudo friends. Maybe Death Mountain is safer than fighting Gleeok. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the volcano that is currently spewing this new gloom substance is safer than fighting a dragon. But we finally managed to leave Gerudo Town and set off on our search for Vo. I wanted to put all our Vo and You lessons to the test, but none of the Vo we've met have measured up. Oh, that reminds me. Before we left, I heard someone talking about a Vo in the outside world. They called him a hero. Hey, that's me. A hero, huh? I bet he's a strong Vo who's taller than us, even. Yep, I'm sure the hero you're thinking of is a very tall and strong man. Definitely not slightly below average height, even for a Hylian. Okay, I'm going to take him out. You mean ask him out, right? Our class did cover how to be the one to make the first move. Anyway, I'm sure it's possible to pursue the hero, but how would we even recognize him? Yeah, It'd be pretty hard to recognize him if he was wearing a face mask. Oh, the legendary sword. Now I remember, the hero is carrying the legendary sword. About that, I kind of put it in a glowing orb of light and it disappeared. Link is a short king. Yeah. Okay, the legendary sword. Wait, what is the legendary sword anyway? If it's good enough to be called legendary, then it probably glows or something? Oh, maybe it's really tall. Taller than us, even if we were standing on each other's shoulders. This sounds like a real pain. It'd be easier to just launch a surprise attack. If we were really careful, we could easily sneak up on the target. Risa, you have to stop referring to the Voe as targets. So, they want a glowing sword that is taller than them. What I'm hearing is I need to find 2 claymores that glow and stick them together and call it a legendary sword. But first, we've got a stable over here. Dog. Please tell me we can pet the dogs. It's been 6 years, Nintendo. 6 years! Let me pet the dog properly. Nintendo. Nintendo, why can I still not pet the dogs? Nintendo! Nintendo, you had 6 years! 6 years! Now, stable. Not a member yet. Membership system, I need to register. Name's Link. All signed up. Tell me about the stable system. Wait, I already know. Wild horses, catch one, register it. Limit to how many I can have. Registering horse. Oh, I don't have a horse currently. Wait a minute! Huh? According to our books, you entrusted a horse to us once before. Apologies. I'll go ahead and register any horse you had before. Continuity between saves! Yes! My horses from Breath of the Wild! Please. Epona. Princess, the royal horse. Anope. Epona backwards because it's Ganondorf's horse. A horse that I named Epona, even though it technically isn't, because I didn't have the amiibo yet. And weirdly enough, a second Epona. A second actual Epona. I think the reasoning for that is because I have multiple Breath of the Wild saves, and it's reading both of them. That's my assumption on that. I'm not actually sure. But, yeah, I have 2 Eponas. I will happily take my trusty steed. Do I know about whistling? I do. Thank you. Horse isn't magic. Can't hear if you're too far away. Pony points? Reward system, you can use it stable. Every time you use a service, you can get points. Get points for lodging, registering a horse. Sure. Earn points for a wagon load of wonderful rewards for me and my horse companions. I can trade them for prizes over at that ledger. Okay, that's new. Let's see. I can't receive any rewards yet that my point system did tell me. A towing harness. I can use it to hook up my horse to various things. So that'd be the horse and cart we saw in the final trailer. Okay. What? This was just sitting here the whole time and I didn't notice it. But, oh, there's someone standing by the stage now. Ah, you startled me. This is the outskirts stable, and, oh wait, I forgot to say welcome. Have something on my mind. When you came up to me, I panicked. What is it? You see, this is a stage where the stable trotters perform, or used to. They've been on break for a while. Seems like there was some sort of trouble. The band leader said they were going to the Woodland stable in Eldon, but haven't returned since. Keep wondering when they'll come back. Got me worked up. Can't focus on my work. Okay. So I will go to Eldon eventually. For now, we ride. It's good to have you back, Epona, old girl. Now, let's see. I was heading Gerudo way, wasn't I? Oh, but I was heading to a shrine first. I nearly forgot that thing was up there. You can really tell that, I get distracted very easily with so many things to do in this game. Oh, and the Great Fairy up there, I forgot about that as well. God, there's so much I can do so soon. Need to focus, calm down. I'm going to solve this shrine, take a toilet break, go to the Great Fairy, go to Gerudo. The stakes guide you. Oh. So these spikes that stick into things are just called stakes. That makes sense. That is kind of how stakes generally work. But, this one, I can tell, is going to be a matter of, just stick the platform in the wall. Hang on. Need to move it forward a bit. And there we go. Anywhere there should do, because I can glide down onto that. And up we get. And yep. Now, there's some wind here. Now, I'm going to have to make this ball go the opposite way, which I should be able to do by sticking the stake about there, and if I go back to Ultra Hand one of the platforms, I guess this one will do since it's already attached. But I would like that other platform as well. Having multiple walls would be a lot more useful than having to very specifically place one wall. But I'll see what I can do with just this one. Rotate it this way. Actually, no, I'm gonna want it to do that first. Whoop. Well, dropping it into the abyss doesn't help. Good thing that just respawns, and within range too. Now, rotate it again, and now actually stick it in the wall would be a useful idea. I want to stick it somewhere that it's more likely to work. I want this one to spin the opposite way. Oh. Oh. If I just put that stake in a better position, which I can do from being up on the higher platform. Yep. Oh, not high enough. There we go. Oh, I can reposition the wall to where I wanted it. Oh. That worked out a lot better than I expected without even really needing to try. I'll temporarily stick that wall there, so I can now stick this wall into the rotating bit, and that should nudge the ball right into the goal. Hooray! Nice freeze in midair. And, whoop, okay, I ended up too low because of that. Oops. Actually, can I even make that anyway? Yes, I can. Now, shrine completed. Lovely. Now, I am going to go.